Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Friday, September 13th, 2024. Friday the 13th. What possibly can go wrong? I hope nothing, because I will now break camp, get the map out, and continue north. Continuing north was also the thing I did on my fourth full day on the Faroe Islands. The day started with beautiful sunshine, so it was really great start into the day. Enjoyed this fantastic sunshine right from the bathroom window. And there's even an enderman running about. Enjoyed the fantastic scenery right from the bathroom window. Was super happy with the morning run. Super nice weather. Super good start into the day. My destination was to get to the northernmost isles of the Faroe Islands. So I don't want to make too many stops on the way there. But of course, there are so many great sights when you drive on these roads and you come along the cliffs and you drive up a mountain pass or so. You look down and you see fantastic scenery. So it was really a fantastic ride up there. But yeah, I really wanted to get north and try to make as few stops as possible. My first real destination and stop was the town called Klaksvik. Klaksvik is the second largest town of the Faroe Islands. It's also referred to as the capital of the north. It's basically yet another fishing town. So there are lots of fishing ships. I watched them unload their fresh fish. Saw them waiting in the docks for sailing out again. And yeah, just did a nice stroll through that town. Being at the capital of the north, it felt a little bit busy. It felt more busy than Tórshavn, the real capital of the Faroe Islands. This might have been simply because in Tórshavn I was in the old historic quarter. I was in the harbor, so I didn't spend so much time on roads. In contrast, Klaksvik has basically a road that goes all around the harbor, and I was, of course, walking around the center of the town, so there was lots of traffic. In addition to that, right in the center, they had a big construction site, so there were also big trucks driving about, and lots of noise was there. It also was not super convenient to get basically from, wow, what a huge cow group, to get from one side of the, man, so many guys, from one side of the harbor to the other side, as there was this construction site in the middle. It still was nice town to explore, but I think without the construction site, without so much traffic, I was sometimes even asking, okay, where are you actually going with your ride? On my map, there is not much in that direction, but I guess they definitely had a purpose why they were driving back and forth or so. Ooh, look at that cool house. There's yet another interesting village. This time it makes a little bit more sense. It makes more sense than this floating house. That's cool. That's a neat sight. I'm not going to explore this. Oh dear. Easy. Easy. Is there a cow? Be careful. There's definitely lava underneath our feet. So it could be a fiery end. Okay, guess there's no opening. That's good. But yeah, what was interesting town. Personally, I haven't gotten so much from it. It was okay, but didn't really convince me. So after having finished my stroll and I took a quick look at the various shops, I didn't stop really to get into a cafe or something like this because I wanted to continue on. I wanted to... Ooh, that waterfall is about to do its thing. It's coming down. That's cool. So this is completely new. We are seeing new land happening basically, and it reaches. Yes, it reached the ocean. That's cool. Nice. I'm not quite sure if we get to that mountain, but it looked cool. It looked cool in the distance. Yeah. So I wanted to continue on, and that's what I did. So after having seen both sides, I got back into the car and I continued north. My next destination was well, first I made a quick stop. Or at first I wanted to simply get to a waterfall that I saw at the end of a village that is already kinda far away to the north, but it was basically not the northernmost point, but it was still on the northernmost isles. And yeah, wanted to get to that waterfall, got there, explored a little bit that waterfall. There was a bridge leading over the stream so that you can well, basically cross the stream and then go on a hike or so if you want to. I simply wanted to see the waterfall, but I wanted to get a little bit closer to that waterfall, so I decided to climb down from that bridge into the bed of the stream. There was not too much water, so that it was really full. Also, it was a good stream, but you had plenty of space to stand around. And there I was really having a good laugh, because as I looked underneath the bridge, I saw that someone made some kind of construction to hang sausages dry. This was really weird to look underneath the bridge and to see some, I'm not quite sure, smoked sausages or something like that, hanging down from some kind of ridge line hanging underneath the bridge. So this, I guess, is a very special recipe where you have to hang your sausages to dry right next to a stream of a waterfall to add a very natural flavor to it or so. It was just hilarious. I'm if I would not prefer to avoid eating meat, I think I would have approached this and would have seen, okay, what how does this sausage smell? What exactly am I looking here at? This looks also interesting. I haven't seen those in a while for quite some time. I found them as they were introduced and added to the game, these shrubberies, and I placed some next to my outdoor wheat situation. And then I curse about them because I get stuck on them in the end. But yeah, I haven't seen them a lot since then. Anyways, this sausage situation was funny. The stream-based sausage situation. Subsequently, I decided, okay, waterfall was interesting. Let's see a little bit more of that little village. So explored the village, quickly went to the harbor where a few boats were lying about, nothing special. At the end of the village, at the end of the fjord, there was once again a beach. And as I got closer to the sign that introduces the village, this is super cool, despite the fact that there's not so much tourism. Almost every little village has a small little map of the village with points of interest and with some information about the village and so on, and with information about the point of interest. And yeah, they informed that their beach is at the place that is visited by the locals. I mean, locals from the entire Faroe Islands during summertime for doing some swimming and so on. And yes, they even got a family there that actually did some swimming. I just was happy that there were some picnic benches, so I used this beach for my lunch break and to enjoy the fantastic view down the fjord out to the sea. This was cool. That was very cool. What was a little bit time consuming was the fact that this village and even the remaining areas of the Northern Isles were only reachable by a small tunnel, and somewhat older tunnel or so, which was kind of narrow. So there was only one lane, and as a result of that, they had some traffic lights to regulate the traffic. The traffic light only switched to green every 15 minutes, so with bad luck, and I had bad luck, I was getting there right in the moment as it switched red. So it took some time to leave that beach village again and to continue north, but I prevailed. I remained patient, and at some point the traffic light switched to green and I was finally allowed to continue on my way. They're about to construct a new tunnel, so it's nearly finished, that new tunnel, but they haven't opened it yet, so couldn't use that new tunnel yet. Still was very cool to experience this small tunnel. And yeah, using this small tunnel, I finally got to the really, well, not northernmost isle of the Faroe Isle, but the northernmost isle I could drive on, or I could reach by car. So that was cool. It was already nice to see that isle from the distance, to see the mountain that marks, I guess, the northernmost mountain of the Faroe Islands or so, and to see a village that basically extends from one side of the isle to the other side of the isle, with, of course, a kind of nice church next to a beach. No, not beach. This time it wasn't a beach. It was rather some, not real cliffs, but rocky terrain that just ended in the water. So that's cool. That's a neat opening. I think from there must be a very interesting view down there. So of course had to get to as close as possible to the coast, to the water, as this also marked my northernmost point. Enjoyed this one, enjoyed the view to the other isles from there, enjoyed the view out to the ocean. Really great spot. I then drove a little bit out of that village to get to an elevated position from where I can basically really oversee the entire village and the mountain behind, and basically get an overview of the last big village in the Northern Isles, and the northernmost village. This was also a cool perspective to just see it. I then wanted to they with those tunnels and so on. This was the new road, although the tunnels were were old, but it still was considered the somewhat new road. Fun fact, this beach village this beach waterfall sausage situation village where I had my lunch break, it was not connected to, well, the rest of the Faroe Islands. Well, I mean, it was on the Faroe Islands, but there was no real path leading to that village until they constructed the tunnels. So this little town was only reachable by boat for a very long time. So that's also kind of cool story about that beautiful beach village. Anyways, after having finished the northernmost village, I wanted to use a different road that is not using the tunnels but takes more time and so on, but goes along the coastline of that isle, that northern isle. Unfortunately, due to the construction of the new tunnel, this road was closed. I got to a place just outside of the village where they had some, well, avian animals. I'm not quite sure. They had a nice, it's not a park, but a nice area created for those animals. I think they were older animals, injured animals that are no longer in the farm industry, but shall still have a good life or so. There was even a turkey, which was it a turkey? Some big bird and other birds, which was kind of cool. They even added some model houses and so on. So they made it really to a cool spot, a very interesting spot. I wouldn't have found the spot if I wouldn't have decided to, okay, I want to see the other road because I haven't heard about this. Getting there was kind of cool, seeing those little figures and how they created basically a small little scenery for those birds. Also to, of course, attract some donations, as they ask for it. Hey, we try to give these animals a good living here. If you enjoy this place, please donate. Unfortunately, the donation was only a box where you had to, or where you could put in some coins and so on. Since I was just using my credit card, this is super fantastic in the Faroe Islands as well. I never used cash this entire time, so never got real Danish krones. Just used my credit card everywhere, even at this one hike where I had to pay the fee for the hike. They accepted a credit card at this location, so this was super convenient, super cool. But yeah, this meant that I couldn't donate to that bird thing. I took a picture of their Instagram account. I'm personally not using Instagram, so that's the next challenge, but maybe I'll find a way to donate something by PayPal also if I get in contact with them. I have to do some research, but I haven't managed to do so. That's I guess still on the to-do list for the near future also. Anyways, that was cool. So I then had to take the same way back home. Well, not home, but away from that village as I got there, which meant waiting at the traffic lights, getting through little tunnels. And then I thought, okay, there's also a path to another interesting viewing point I wanted to see, which was on the isle right next to the northernmost isle, which I already saw from my vantage point at this church cliff side. So yeah, decided, okay, let's go there. Ooh, this could be a cool, interesting place. It also got kind of interesting because this is where this gravel road experience comes into play. I announced as I discussed my car that handled really well. So yeah, the road there first started as an asphalt road, but quickly turned into old asphalt, broken asphalt, and finally ended up in being a gravel road. And yeah, my little car handled it pretty well. So this was fun to zoom along this gravel road and to, well, that's cool. And to yeah, finally get there. The viewing point was basically some view down into somewhat of a little gorge at the sea with remnants of old little cabins, so stone cabins. This was from the time when there were some bird catchers and so on that caught birds and maybe even eggs or so during the springtime, as birds were breeding in this gorge right next to the sea. And so they had little houses to, of course, get there and get the loot, catch the birds and so on. It was a cool place, nice place. There were some other old houses from a somewhat farm situation or so. They were in the process of making some hay that day, so it had a beautiful smell. It had really a beautiful fresh hay smell, which was kind of cool. And yeah, walked there about, saw those remnants of the bird catchers' houses. Saw the farmhouse, of which I guess one or so is still where still people live in, is still inhabited, whereas the rest is basically there's just one family or so still living or so. From this point, from there, from this farm area, I also could see the church, the northernmost town, village, whatever, and the church, because it was really facing the side where the churches and the cliffs where I was just standing. So that was cool. This was a neat little detail to the entire experience. And yeah, then it was already, oh no, then it was already. It was already, I don't know, 6 p.m. or so. So I thought, okay, I need to start driving home, because driving home will take me roughly a bit more than an hour or so. So yeah, I got back into the car and started the journey home, as I had to get back to the southernmost isle, so to say, back to my servagur. It was really worth it. It was really worth it to get to the northernmost point, because the landscape is similar, but still thinking about, hey, I crossed the entire Faroe Islands that day and enjoyed marvelous views, sat on a beach for a picnic, saw waterfalls, saw sausages. Reached stood at the northernmost point of that expedition. All of this was really cool, and everything with this fantastic weather and the fantastic views. I really enjoyed it. Lots of surprises, like these tunnels and the traffic lights and this bird situation. Yeah, they were cool. Oh, very cool. And so there's only one full day left to be told. I think I will do this tomorrow, so there will be a Saturday episode. Man, this is a never-ending story, this Faroe experience. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will be joining me for the last full day in the Faroe Islands. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!